Dear children, brothers and sisters in Christ, there was a time that I was also as small as you are. It's maybe unthinkable for you, but I know that it is true. And when I was 4 years of age, I ran away from home. You see, my mother said always, Tony, you are not going outside the neighborhood, which was very clearly described by the milkman Swamp. He was the so-called milestone for me, for the area where I had to stay in. Because if you do, then we cannot find you anymore and you lose the way. So, remember, you don't go outside the borderlines of the neighborhood. You hear that? Oh yes. Well, as far as I, as a child, could hear much, I said yes, ma'am. And I stayed within that area. Our parents were not particularly finicky, you understand it already. And nowadays, oh God, man, you have to have an armor, whatever. All in those days, we were much more free. But we had to listen to certain restrictions. Now, at one time, I and my mother, or my mother and I, to say it more nicely, we went to the Waal, the river Waal, which streams along my native town, and is very, very big. Oh my, I can't even say how big, compared to the Singapore River, which is only a small trickle of water. You might think that it is big, but it is not big at all. The Waal. And my brother brought me for the first time in my life to the Waal. And I was standing there with my mother, and I saw all these boats, going over the Waal. The tugboats and the trailers. It was really terribly impressive, for me at least. And then when the foghorn, boom, and I was so terribly impressed. I was fascinated. I could never go there anymore. But my mother, of course, took me home, and whether I liked it or not, I had to follow her. But I could not forget it. I could not forget the Waal. And so, after a week, I stopped believing in my mother. I passed the milkman of Swamp, and on my own steam, I began to walk into what I thought was the direction of the Waal. And it was not bad in my estimation. I landed up in the center of the city, and then I knew I'm lost. I'm lost. I don't know what to do anymore. I began to be slightly frightened. I was not so easily, at least as a small child, frightened, And I didn't know what to do anymore. I was not bad what I had done. The Waal was very nearby, but I didn't know anymore how to go to that point. And there was a lady who saw, because there were a lot of people passing by, she said, I still remember that, certain things I still remember. She said to me, do you not have any father or mother, boy? Well, that's a stupid question, of course, but I didn't find it stupid, because I was totally lost. Whatever I said to her, I can't remember anymore. But most likely she got the message, because he put me and back off a bicycle. I still remember ladies' bicycle without a stand, in those days, because the ladies were having dressings, and she had also something of a white knitting work over the saddle. That I still remember, but for the rest I don't remember anything anymore. She brought me to the police station, not so far away, and yeah, there I was. And they asked me all sorts of questions, and I was still very small. They said, "What is your name?" I said, "My name is Tony." Your surname? I didn't know. No idea. Are you a boy or a girl? Well, I found a bit insulted. I had that feeling also. But the problem is, my mother was very proud of my hair. My hair is still beautiful, but in those days, oh my God, man, it was something special. I had curly hair, and all the ladies, they took their time to caress me on it. And my mother didn't want to cut it, and I was hating my hair, actually. I wanted to be a man. But my mother found it very cute to have me having long hair. So they first were in dubio whether I was a boy or a girl. Finally they came to a conclusion, I don't know how, that I was a boy. And they were very nice to me. From that moment onwards, I had always a tender spot for the police officers, because they were nice to me. They were very nice guys. They played with me as long as they didn't know where and what I belonged to, and they were waiting for a phone call, which eventually came, and I was driven home by one police officer who was sitting on a motorcycle, and I was sitting in the side, how do you call that, the side span, or what, the side vehicle. I was sitting there like a prince, and I was brought home. The whole neighborhood was standing there, when I was coming back. I would never forget such reception, as though I had done a wonderful thing, but they were glad that I was back.